Inside Donald Trump's prison cell, the surroundings are like any other small, enclosed space. The walls are gray concrete, and a narrow cot with a thin mattress is the only piece of furniture. A tiny metal sink and toilet combo sit in one corner, while a small barred window allows a sliver of natural light to filter in. The sound of clanking bars echoes through the air as guards patrol the hallway outside.
What is...
President Trump is 76 years old. He will die in federal prison.
Trump spends his days pacing the limited floor space. The once powerful man now finds himself in a place of confinement.
Does this guy look confident? Does this guy look like a winner? Who's giving him the advice? Every single time he turns up a court, it's whinge, moan, whine, whinge, moan, whine. What happened to winning? There's a guy who is, David Packer is expected to be the first witness today in the hush money case. Trump is going on about Letitia James and other things. This is somebody who's getting bad legal advice. I'm not a lawyer, but it's bad legal advice. Hush. Not hush money, but hush. Every single time he turns up at court, it's whinge, moan, whine, and get the little violin out. What? Look at it. Loser. Literally. Farting loser.
Everybody knows it. I'm here instead of being able to be in Pennsylvania and Georgia and lots of other places campaigning. And it's very unfair. Fortunately, the poll numbers are very good. They've been going up because people understand what's going on. This is a witch hunt, and it's a shame. And it comes out of Washington. It's in coordination with Washington, everything, including the DA's office. It's in coordination with Washington. I just want people to understand that this is done for purposes of hurting the opponent of the worst president in the history of our country. Second of all, we have another trial going on right now. That's Letitia James. She campaigned on the fact that I will get Trump. I'm going to get Trump. And it has to do with a bond of $175 million. First of all, she doesn't want me to participate with financial companies in New York. So we have a company, I guess, based in California. It's a bonding company. And I put up $175 million in cash. But she says the bonding company's not good. She doesn't like the bonding company because she doesn't know if the collateral is good. And I put up $175 million in cash, and she's questioning the bonding company. Well, when you put up cash, and the number is 175, which is what we're supposed to be putting up, but I give it in cash, she shouldn't be complaining about the bonding company. The bonding company would be good for it because I put up the money. And I have plenty of money to put up, but nobody is going to be putting up with this. Nobody is going to be listening or coming to New York anymore. Businesses are going to be fleeing because people are treated so badly. It's got to be the most unfriendly place to do business, and that's why businesses are leaving and people are leaving as migrants come in and take over our parks and our schools and everything else. So on the Letitia James case, she's the worst attorney general in the country, by the way. On Letitia, and she keeps a lot of business out of New York, and businesses that are here are leaving. And that means jobs and a lot of revenue. Somebody's going to step in. The governor, somebody has to step in and do something because your businesses are fleeing. But on Letitia James, the money was put up. It's $175 million. And I don't think she's complaining about me for the first time ever. She's complaining about the company. But why would she be doing that when I put up the money? So I just want you to know that that's taking place in front of an extremely crazed judge who's the most overturned judge in New York State. He was overturned 4 or 5 times on that case alone. That's, you know who it is. I don't have to mention names. I want to be nice. I want to be very nice. But a thing like that, and a thing like what's going on right here should never be happening. It's a very, very sad day in America. I can tell you that. Thank you very much.
As the case coverage increases.
What are you seeing in terms of the liability for President Trump with the cases that are still in the future?
Well, look, as you know, I do focus groups with swing voters and voters across the political spectrum every week. And one of the things that we could see is that because Donald Trump has so many charges against him, there are so many different cases, the voters are having difficulty kind of teasing them out, understanding the difference. And because this one right now, basically because it contains the word porn star in the description, sometimes voters take it less seriously than they do some of the ones that we aren't sure whether or not will actually come to trial before the election. And so what we wanted to do with the ad is really underscore that Donald Trump's level of legal liability, this guy couldn't get a job at the local mall. Right? The idea that a fast food restaurant wouldn't hire him with his record. And so the idea that we would make him president of the United States again, like, we get numb to it, right? We get sort of numb to who Donald Trump is. And because it's always so much, it's so many charges, it's so many, felonies, it's easy to just let it wash over you. But we really wanted to underscore this is crazy. The idea that we would give this man access to classified documents, again, after the way that he handled classified documents, refused to give them back. I mean, there's just so many things about what we have seen from his behavior since he has been president. I'm not talking about even the person we saw who was president, but what we know about him since he left office that absolutely is disqualifying. And I think that because there's a numbness to voters, because you've got sort of two functional incumbents running against each other, people are sort of depressed by just sort of seeing a rerun of 2020. You do have to start showing people just how crazy this is. We're going to have new ways to sort of wake people up to the insanity of all this.
John, if the prosecution persuades the jury that this is a serious matter, in fact, the most serious that you can have in a democracy, influencing an election contrary to law, then the jury will apply the gravity they need to every piece of evidence. They'll take it seriously, and they're more likely to return a verdict. And that theme of election interference has been sounded loud and clear. I was in court all last week for the proceedings, and I'll be here every day throughout the trial. And the emphasis was on election interference. Even the judge, when he charged the jury, said that this is a case about an alleged conspiracy illegally to influence the 2016 election. That's the prosecution's mission today, and I expect that's what we're going to hear when they open to the jury.
He's nervous.
What'd you do?
On Tuesday, April 4th, 2023, Donald Trump entered a Manhattan courtroom and pled not guilty to 34 crimes.
Squash it.
Fucking movie star. You're a fucking movie star.
Said tick, tick, tick.